Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Adobe Rain Ranch. It's another beautiful morning here with temps getting up into the low 80s. The sun is shining, and today I thought I'd do a little work on our front circular bed. When we first got here at the house, there was this circular flower bed or border around the front end of the house. Not sure why it was there, but I did see a couple of cactus plants that the former owner did have planted in there, and I thought what a great idea if we could keep this little bed going, add some pops of color as the years went on, and maybe add a little different cactus varieties in there as well. Over the years, some were good, some were not so good. The rodents were having a field day on a lot of them. So we're learning what will grow there without being destroyed. And hopefully I can change the vegetation around a little bit where the native wildlife are a little confused and not interested in destroying the plants anymore. So today I'll give you a quick overview of what we got growing there and my thoughts about what I'm going to do to spruce it up a little bit. So stay tuned. Okay, so this is one of our entrance gates that actually we keep this one locked. When we first got here, it seemed like everybody, all the delivery guys, wanted to use this entrance, and it didn't take it to the front door, so we didn't get that. But regardless, we've got two entrance gates. This is the first one when you get close to the property, and we keep it chained off to keep the delivery guys from coming through. But off to the right of it from the inside is the circular bed I was talking about earlier. And basically, it is a round flower bed with some walk paths that go through the center. We've got some native vegetation in here, like the ocotillo, which seems to be leafing out nicely now due to the 0.8 inches of rain we had not too long ago. It was setting bud. There's a few flowers left. These ones were already out and spent. But again, hummingbird magnet. They love it. Let's circle back around this way. This is a bird of paradise, desert bird of paradise. Clint grew this from seed. Um, Nice yellow flower. Seems like a lot of the flower color here in the desert is yellow, but we are trying to change that up a little bit. With that said, here's a purple flower. This is a cholla. Clint informed me some people also call this koya, so depending on how you want to pronounce that. It's a vicious thing. It was in really bad shape when we first got here. Clint spent some time thinning it out, getting rid of all the dead stuff, and it has responded nicely. As you can see, we have a lot of flower buds coming and going. It is a large uh, cactus. Definitely has a lot of thorns on it, so you got to be careful when you're working around this. Let's take it over to this side because I think I just found one that's fully opened. Look at that. Amazing, isn't it? Now that's a nice color. Once the flowers are done, it does set fruit and then drop its seed. But again, like the prickly pear, if the stems hit the ground, they will reroot, and then you can get yourself a nice another plant. So I'm not sure if I want any more of these around the property, but needless to say, it is a nice one, and we'll keep it as a specimen plant. Around the front end of this, let me see if I can swing around here. Nope, don't like that way. This little cactus here is actually called a beaver's tail cactus, and as you can see, it's getting ready to bloom, and in a moment I will show you its sister plant that is blooming currently. This one I received from our friend Olita. She's got an Airbnb not too far up the road, and she told me I should go over and steal some of the pads off of her big, huge plant, so I did. So these actually started by one of these little circular pads. I just snapped it off the mother plant at the Airbnb, stuck it in the ground, and it grew that much. I think this might be its second year, and it's already blooming. I do like this one. Another one that I stole from Alita is this one over here. This one's actually called a cow's tongue cactus. They were doing extremely well. For some reason this year, the little critters have been gnawing away at the fleshy leaves. I have yet to see this bloom, but it is another cactus. It does thrive here, and I find the shape quite interesting. Circling back around, we had this nice little rock set up over here, and I just kind of extended it out using some stones and did a little zigzag border and popped in a couple of cactus I found around the property. Here's more of those, I think I called them old man cactus earlier in videos. I gotta find out the real name of that. This is a Lechugia. This is related to the agaves. They are a native plant here from the Chihuahuan Desert. They are pretty brutal. If you walk too close, they will stab you. Here's another one of these. I called it pincushion. I gotta look into the proper terminology for this. And it is getting ready to bloom. There's a bud. That will be a purple flower as well. So looking forward to that. And then we circle back around. Found one of these beauties in the desert on our property, so I didn't steal it from anywhere. Clint told me this was an eagle claw cactus. This gets a magenta pink flower, usually one or two right at the top of that cactus. And as we curve around the corner here of this bed, I just duplicated the plants that I've already showed you. I tried to keep this little area here clear so I can walk around it and just do some bedding and pop in some little cactus here and there for a little interest. And I tuck them underneath other plants so they can cast a little shade. Most people say that cactus need full sun, but they do appreciate some shade. This poor thing is a blue agave. As you can see, it's been chewed, munched, and what have you, but it looks like the center of the plant is coming back. Another one of these beaver tail cactus I planted underneath this creosote bush just to cast a little more shade. There's another one of these cow tongues. As you can see, somebody's been nibbling on that. Have not discovered who that is yet, but I'm sure is a rodent of some type, because over here is a little tunnel that leads underneath some rocks. So we'll figure out who it is and charge them accordingly. Moving back around, we have another one of these blue agaves. These are on the small side because they were pups from the mother plant, and the mother plant is over here. And that's a blue agave americana. And to the right of that is another one of these beaver tail cactus I was talking about, and this is the one that is blooming. It's got a great lemony yellow color flower, just beautiful. and there's a lot more buds to come out here. Covered. I don't think it's ever bloomed like that. If it had, I missed it. There's another one over here. It's a setting bud as well, and a flower opening off in the back there. So moving around, I've got a few more of these like circular beds that I'm using stone. I'm not quite done with this yet. I'm going to connect all of these and put some extra stones and extra plants within these little circles. Here's a interesting one. Doesn't look like anything at all, actually. Let's see if I can get in here. You see that growing in the ground there? It's almost covered up by all the sand and what have you. I got this one from Alita's place as well. She told me to take it because it was going to just get lost at her place. And I believe she informed me that that's some sort of mammillaria. So I'm waiting to see what that's going to do. I don't like the fact that it's growing so close to the ground like that. It just looks like it's being buried alive. So we've got a few more of these cool looking cactus that are sending off these little arms here. I kind of like that look. There's another one over here that's sent up multiple stalks slash arms. Here's a nice little fuzzy one. Have not seen this bloom yet. And here's another one of those eagle claws that does get that beautiful hot pink flower on the top. I think I've got like 4 or 5 of these on the property, but focus most of them in the center bed so I can see them when I come out. I still have a few open spots that I'm going to play with and add other cactus and whatnots. Another smaller Ocotillo over here. That one was actually a root cutting. I just took a cutting off one of the bigger ones and stuck it in the ground, and it has rooted. Let's see, let's circle back around here. This one's a beauty too. Look how big that is. I don't see any flower buds on it yet, but it's growing quite well, so I'm sure it won't disappoint me in another couple weeks, maybe the next rain. Circling around the front end of the bed is where I had planted the charisma rose. I popped in an annual zinnia. I'm not sure what color that's going to be yet. And this is that heuchera we planted that is called Black Forest Cake. And it was actually leftover from last year, so we got it on sale, but it's doing well. And we found a new crop of them at the nursery where we bought it, and it was in flower, so this one will get this bright red flower, which contrasts so well with that dark foliage. So, moving around, a couple more agaves. This is the corner I'll be working on today. I'm going to be changing stuff out, adding more stones, adding more plants. I think we're going to remove this little cactus here and put that into a different spot, and add some perennials here for a little pop of color because it's too close to the door, and I don't want to waste that location with just a cactus, so to speak. Here's another view of the blue agave. This one I love. So far so good. The animals aren't bothering it. Moving around takes us to the second gate, which leads out to the carport. So no matter how we come into the house, we see the circular bed. And this is just a little project that's been going on for a number of years now. But of course, me not being here, I had to use some vegetation that didn't require much water because Clint was doing enough watering when he was here on his own, and I didn't want to add any more to his roster. So now that I'm here, I'm going to be adding a little more perennial color that are drought resistant. And if I stumble across any other interesting looking cactus, they're going to be popped in here some way, shape, or form. But as time goes on, things get put in, things get taken out, things die. Some things do very well, and I'll just split, divide, propagate, whatever it takes to make this center bed look really cool over time. So this will be an ongoing project that I'm really looking forward to when I plan up that little corner with some perennials next to the rose bush. I will be sure to do a little video on that to show you what I'm talking about adding that little pop of color in the front of the house. So I'm actually within the center of the circular bed, and there's the front end of the house. So as you can see, if we're looking out the patio, sitting on our bench out there, we'll be able to see out in the circular bed. That's why this one's going to be very important to me, to make sure that I get some really interesting and cool looking plants. So for right now, I'm going to call it a little pause and work on that little section of the circular bed and bring you back to the conclusion of that planting. Okay, so this is the little section I'm thinking about working on today. I've got two agaves on each side, and then the center here I've got this little circular bed that I think needs a little help, and I think we should have a little more vegetative growth in this little corner here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out this little cactus, and I'm not going to toss it out. I'm just going to move it next to its little buddies, and then I am going to be replacing this with the larger sage that I had purchased, the blue sage, which should grow 3 feet tall and have a similar spread. So I